everyone, Kyler here. James Bond is a pop culture icon, and Daniel Craig's turn as Agent 007 for the last 9 years has been a very good modernization of the character. Spectre, the fourth Craig Bond film, picks up on the brilliant heels of the last film, Skyfall, as Bond receives a surprised message from an old ally that causes him to uncover Spectre, a secret organization that has been manipulating the world from the shadows, and forces him to stop a conspiracy that threatens to put the world into evil's hands. It's got your standard Bond hallmarks, the action, the Bond girls, the vodka martinis, and the Aston Martin, and yet, it's a really unsatisfying Bond movie. First though, here's what Spectre did well. It shows its potential early with a fantastically choreographed and shot action sequence in Mexico City. It involves an unsanctioned hit during a Day of the Dead parade, and in a scene where Bond infiltrates a Spectre meeting, a shadowy villain, played by Christoph Waltz, manages to become the most terrifying man in the room with the simple power of silence. It also shines with its exceptional wit and humor like any good Bond film should, particularly anytime Q and Bond are in the same room together, with Bond showing off the ability to say just the right thing. The movie is fun to look at, with cool set pieces and sharp wardrobes that are a trademark of director Sam Mendes, providing a great visual aesthetic. That aesthetic is further enhanced by very well put together, high-octane action scenes and overall solid cinematography. However, the film is weighed down by one big problem, and that's that the writing is bad where it counts: the plot. While you can stack a film with as many talented actors as you want, with a cast list of Craig and Waltz along with Ralph Fiennes, Lea Seydoux, and Andrew Scott, Spectre definitely does this, if you give them nothing meaningful to say, then things will inevitably feel wrong. It's with Waltz's role as the movie's villain where this problem is most apparent. While Waltz is a phenomenal actor who's clearly trying his best with what he's got, his lines, and especially his character's motivations, are terrible. Those motives, which I really can't dive into because they constitute a major spoiler, are actually so bad that they undermine the previous 3 James Bond movies by boiling down 007's struggles and history into one really cliché squabble. It, and quite a few other moments throughout the film, including basically the entire B storyline and Seydoux' entire character arc, seem to serve really no purpose once you start to think about them. These aren't throwaway sections either. They're not little things that feel out of place. They're integral elements to the narrative, and quite a few of them aren't really ever resolved. My final thoughts are that this movie is just okay. Its action is dazzling, it's got some great humor, but the plot is weak and takes its characters down with it. While okay may suffice for some movies, it doesn't for a Bond film. This is the weakest film of Daniel Craig's run as 007 and ends up on the low end of the Bond spectrum. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. This is a Bond film that isn't truly bad, but just doesn't have the magic to live up to what it could have been. If this proves to be the end of Craig as Bond, it's more of a whimper than a bang, and you might be better off stopping at Skyfall. Back to you guys.